Aaron, I kind of wanted to see how you go over the presentation. Wanted to go over like the CMA part or any tips you have for that.
What's the feedback that you're getting?
I just feel like I'm not really selling it correctly. We basically go over some comps and then they end up telling me like, so just from seeing these comps, what do you feel like your home is worth around there?
How are you setting it up?
So I usually go so I prepare what we call a comparative market analysis. The purpose of this analysis is really like an attempt to get value for your property, and it's comprised of two parts. The first part is our competition, and these are homes that are currently on the market. The second part, we have homes that have actually sold and closed escrow, and these are the actual comps. And what we're going to do, Aaron, is we're going to look at these two pieces of information, and what's going to come to the surface. It's not a pinpoint penny number, but instead a very tight, realistic range. So here's your property details: 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. Here's the first property I brought. Here's an active with currently on the market. This will be our only competition here.
I think I'm clear on what's happening. So there needs to be more framing around the conversation around price. There's a book that is written by a guy named Rene Rodriguez. It's called Amplify Your Influence. And what he talks about is there's a formula, there's a frame, and then there's like a message, and then there's the influence objective. The way that we construct reality is through stories. Narrative allowed us to, and our brain's constantly trying to construct reality. And when there's gaps, what happens is our brain fills the gaps, previous experiences or like whatever. So if I don't give somebody a frame with which to process something, they will make the frame themselves.
Okay.
So let's say if you don't paint a really clear frame on how to position the property price-wise and how it's in their best interest and how to view the information, what possible frame could they use and fill in themselves? What would you fill in if you had a salesperson who was there and is going to ask you for like $25,000, $30,000,
right?
Having this conversation around price, and they don't set the frame as to why this is important and how it would help them and how it would serve them and all that whole thing. What frame would you fill in?
My own frame, what I want for the price, the property.
Yeah. And the only reason they're talking to me about this and they want it to be a lower price is what?
Because they wanted to sell fast and, they want to get a commission check.
It's a frame. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. That makes total sense.
So if you'll notice, if you've ever seen me speak when I present, that storytelling at the beginning is doing what? Setting the frame. I think that methodology, like the way that what you're following on how to present price, I know where it comes from. That was built for a different time. It was built for a time when consumers did not have access to information.
Right.
It was built for a time where presenting with authority made sense because nobody had access to anything. You were the authority. Yes?
Yeah.
As information becomes decentralized instead of centralized in one place, the agent, as it became decentralized and available to everybody else, does presenting with authority make sense?
Why should it have that sense, but it's a cheating about it. So like no one can
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Okay, so what am I doing right now? I'm setting the frame for what I'm about to tell you.
It's more opinions, so must be that way.
But without me setting the frame, you will make it up yourself. And I don't want to leave it to you. Because if I leave it to you, you'll fill it with things in your past and things that. And usually, is the frame one in which they think you have your best interest at heart, or do they think that you're selfish and have commission breath and just want to sell it real fast?
All three of those.
Yeah. When I'm having this conversation, again, this idea of patriarchal or like authoritatively trying to say, I know and you don't. It's not in alignment with the world that we live in now. They have information decentralized. They are looking at their information about their home way more than you. They know more about their property than you do. So to go in thinking that I can present with authority like I know and you don't, that's silly. You're inviting what?
Conflict.
Friction. Conflict.
Friction.
So instead of being authoritative, I should be collaborative and consultative. Let's say I'm presenting from a place of position of authority. What is my language like?
It's like me or I.
Yes. What else is it? What's my tonality like?
It's authoritative, like very like it's more statement.
What is my body language like?
Maybe not relaxed.
Now, let's say somebody approached you that way. What's your natural response going to be?
Yeah, no, I don't like to be approached that way.
No, I know you very well. Okay.
It's just
Yeah. For sure.
So that's foolish, yes? Let's imagine somebody approaches it from a place of collaboration and consultative. How is that person? What is that person's language like?
They speak in like we's and us, and they ask questions. They're more of like curiosity is more of like the tone.
That's right. Do they get annoyed?
No, they don't
Does the
really.
one who's presenting with authority get annoyed?
They do.
Does the one who's presenting authority pass judgment?
Yes, they do.
Yeah, because what's in their heart? Pride.
Right.
I'm thinking of joining EXP. Are you still sponsoring agents? I love your content. It has brought me much value and made me a better agent. Would you like people to be like, hey bro, are you still sponsoring agents? I'll be like, nope, I've had my fill. I've had enough. And if you build a garden, that happens. Bees come to you. Completely, it's like this whole Jedi thing. Everybody's trying to like grind it out. There's an easier way to do it. By the way, how long do you think that call took with him? You think there's a lot of objections? Bro, you know what he said to me? He was like, dude, I watch all your YouTube videos and I figured I would just send you a message, but like, it's like sending Grant Cardone a message. I never thought you would text me back.